And as to that breaking news that you were just mentioning, Caroline, new sanctions being imposed by the United States here on a wide variety of Russian officials here. Most of these people appear to be private citizens, billionaires that now the U.S. is targeting. A couple of names here that jump out that seem familiar. Igor Shuvalov, he was Putin's former deputy prime minister as part of these sanctions. He now runs that state-run development bank there. Sergey Chemezov, he was, of course, the former general director over at Rostec, a big key state corporation for military technology. Boris Rotenberg also on this list as well, who of course founded a big gas pipeline construction company, and a few other names like Dmitry Peskov and a couple of others, including some people that I think were sanctioned back during the 2014 Crimea situation. Let's go down to Washington right now. Bloomberg Washington correspondent Annmarie Hordern standing by with a little bit more information about the latest moves here. Annmarie, a lot of people are looking for additional sanctions out of the U.S. They were looking for them against, I guess, energy, not necessarily more billionaires.
Yeah, well, the energy at the moment is just on the table, and they're not going to go that far yet. And the press secretary, Jen Psaki, was just asked about this, and she said at the moment they're not going to do anything that's going to inflict more pain on the U.S. consumer. But there's a lot of cries from Capitol Hill, including the likes of Speaker Pelosi, that is saying ban it, ban Russian oil and gas in terms of imports into the United States. It's about 3%, but still it ranks pretty high if you consider Russia comes after Canada, Mexico, and even before Saudi Arabia. But this latest news we have is going after the oligarchs, those that are close to President Putin, that are billionaires, the most elitist in the country. And potentially the idea is, and the strategy is, can they put pressure on President Putin to potentially get him, or to have them speak out to get him to stop this invasion. You mentioned a number of others. Arkady Rotenberg, for me, stands out because this was an individual that when opposition leader Alexei Navalny exposed President Putin's quote-unquote palace in Sochi, he came out and he said that's his. Also, Putin's longtime chef is on this list. Yevgeny Prigozhin, he has become famous. He's known as Putin's quote-unquote cook. There's a number of businesses around Russia.
And of course, just moments before, we saw that the UK Foreign Office was also sending out the what they call oligarch task force, sort of the list of Usmanovs and other key oligarchs that they too have been targeting. How much of coordinated action is this from the world versus Russia?
Yeah, so some of the names do match up on the European Union list and on the UK list, but what does seem to be the strategy in terms of working in lockstep between the United States and their allies is that they're going after the similar assets. So you mentioned Alisher Usmanov. Today, or yesterday it was, his yacht, the Germans have taken in. We also saw that today with Igor Sechin, who is one of President Putin's closest allies ever, worked with him in St. Petersburg, followed him to the Kremlin. In Russian state TV and media and culture, he is literally known as Darth Vader. His yacht was taken in by the French today. So you can see the strategy of all these countries. They're going after their prized possessions, their wealth. And also in the United States on this list, these individuals can no longer travel here, or their families.